So continuing on the custom card review little daily thing that we got going on, we're gonna be looking at a Dokkanfest Zarbon. Now I did write down this person's name because they created some banner units for me. Don't worry, I'm gonna come back to it because I did write it down on the piece of paper that I said I was gonna do yesterday. I think it was either yesterday or did I do that for the little update video? Okay, it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna come back to the extra cards that I'm given and any cards that are sent to me because I'm only pertaining to read one card a day. Now, with that being said, go ahead and send me cards. Like it's why am I pointing above? Down here. Down here. I know. At Dev, do not cut that out. Down here, bhdev custom cards at gmail.com, I think. Don't mind me, I just got home and I'm just still settling in. But I do want to go ahead and jump straight into this because I mean I never know what's up next for these custom cards. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into this card. So Coil Coiner says, I'm pretty sure I said that correctly, rewatching DBZ Kai, and I'm honestly on board with the idea of a Dokkanfest exclusive Zarbon. And here's my take on how I would release him if I could. Now, I mean, I took his card because his card was pretty much a text document, which I have no problem with. I took his card, I copied the entire thing, and I just put it on like a little document. I just made it like look a bit more spiffier. I mean, why not? I wanted to make it a bit more pleasing look. I don't mind you guys sending me text. Like, if you wanted to send me text only, I'm completely fine with that. I just wanted to go ahead and put like a little visual, put a little bit of color on it, and then just, hey, call it a day. Now, let's go and jump straight into it. I also pulled up the 200% leader skills that all the characters would be on for Vanilla Dokkan, of course, because this guy does lead a new category, that being Frieza Force. He's also Extreme Tech, as you guys already see. Extreme Tech, Hideous Power, hidden in Beauty, Zarbon. And of course, I picked the best picture of him. His leader skill is Frieza Force, Terrifying Conquerors, or Dragon Ball Seekers, 3 key and 170% across the board. And his 30% of the stats is to Space Traveling Warriors or Transformation Boost. Now, I am aware that Coil Coiner created banner units to make this guy a lot more powerful. I'm aware. But we're looking at strictly only his Dokkanfest, and looking at only strictly his Dokkanfest in a line with his leader skill for Vanilla Dokkan, it's like this guy was created to help this guy. That's the first thing that I get from this. I know you guys can't see the rest of the cards, but yeah, I mean, here's the top, right? Of course, you have Ginyu, but I mean, you want a Ginyu Force team with him. Cooler, no. Golden Frieza, short content. This guy, hell no. This guy, no. This guy, no. Iffy, no. Situational. No. It's like a lot of these cards. Interesting free-to-play unit, but, I mean, no. This leader skill is not looking all that crazy for, today's meta, that is. Alright. Anyways, I really want to see what the Frieza Force would look like. Yeah, that'd be very interesting to take a look at. Now, his super attack effect, well, super attack name, that being the Elegant Blaster. The effect for that would be 50% attack and defense in one turn, as well as him doing immense and having a 30% chance to stun. He also starts out with 3 key and 150% attack and defense. Excuse me, I gotta read the name of the passive. The name of the passive is Orders Given by the Strongest, of course. I mean, this guy. Just gonna just put it out there. But anyways, Orders Given by the Strongest. He starts out with 3 key and 150% attack and defense baseline. He also gets additional 10% attack and defense per Frieza Force or Space Traveling Warriors categorized on the team. Kinda looking a little bit like, looking a little bit like this guy. Doesn't he get buffed by, he gets buffed by Terrifying Conqueror characters. Ah, okay. Let's go ahead and pull the leader skill back up. Okay. Alright, so going back over to his card, he foresees enemy super attacks when HP is 50% or above. That is nice. He also gives extreme class allies 30% attack and defense. That also is nice. He has a scouter and he supports. I like that. He also gets 25% damage reduction before performing a super attack. Nice. And he also gets 7% attack and defense for 2 turns when collecting key spheres in slot 2 or slot 3. Okay, so just a small buff. It's like not too much. But hey, I guess it's something, right? It's only 7% attack and defense for 2 turns. He also guards for 5 turns from the start of battle. For the first 5 turns of battle. Wow. He also launches 2 additionals that both have a 70% chance to come a super attack. Wait, no. Because the second one having a 30% chance. Okay, so he launches 2 additionals. The first one having a 70% chance to become a super attack, and the second one having a 30% chance to become a super attack. Okay. And he also gets additional 25% damage reduction when there's a Freezer Force. No, wait, what? So, additional 25% damage reduction per Freezer Force category ally attacking the same turn. Self-exclude? Wait a minute. 25% damage reduction per Freezer Force category ally attacking the same turn, excluding himself. Is this guy giving damage reduction support? Am I reading this wrong? Okay. He also stuns the attacked enemy, or just stuns the enemy for 2 turns when facing one enemy. Okay. That doesn't say once only. That's nice. And he also, of course, transformation when conditions are met. Wow. So this guy is guarding for 5 turns. He has 25% damage reduction before he supers. He does have additional super attack chances, which is nice because he gets 50% attack and defense for 1 turn. He has 2 separate stun procs, one being guaranteed when facing only one enemy for 2 turns, and then of course having another one in a super attack effect. So 2 separate stun procs. He has damage reduction, guard, he supports for C super attacks. Wow. He's looking very strong on both ends. Definitely. And these are stats, by the way, for my stat junkies. Interesting. This right here, 25% damage received, minus 25% damage received per Freezer Force category ally attacking in the same turn. So, he's giving 25% damage reduction to Freezer Force category characters on a turn. Wow. So, damage reduction support. I hope I'm reading that correctly, but damage reduction support, as well as stat support, damage reduction, guard for himself. This guy, he's looking pretty nutty. And these are his links: Frieza's minion, Frieza's army, shocking speed, cold judgment, loyalty, nightmare, and fierce battle. So his links do sound about right. Wow. Okay, so Zarbon's he's looking solid. He's looking pretty solid in his base form. Wow, he's looking good. I'm not even gonna act like this looks bad. He's a very interesting unit. Very interesting. So he can transform on turn 5 or when HP is 60% or below. He also gets the new super attack effect of massively lowering enemies' attack and defense. So, I mean, in the fights where you could attack debuff your enemy, this is going to be very, very strong. He keeps the 50% attack defense in 1 turn 2 from his pre-transformation to his post-transformation. Wow, okay. This is an interesting card. Seriously, this really is. So, new passive name, True Monster revealed. He recovers 50% HP once only. That is nice. He also starts out with 3 key, 250% attack, and 75% defense. So his defense is lowered from his pre-transformation because he has 150% defense here, and he has 75% defense here. He also gets an additional 50% attack and defense when attacking, so he gets an attack and defensive buff from his passive to a super attack. That you guys know how good that is. I mean, I don't have to say that. He gets 80% damage reduction. Okay, but he loses 10% damage reduction at the start of each turn, starting from the next turn, up to a max of 50%. So he goes from 80% to basically 30%. So, because he loses up to a max of 50. Okay, so on that first turn, wow, he's pretty much untouchable. He guards, starting from the 4th turn. So, even after he loses all that damage reduction, he's going to have 30% damage reduction with guard. I mean, now, granted, it's 4 turns after his transformation, but it's pretty damn nice. Okay. He also launches an additional super attack, and an additional attack that has a 70% chance to come super attack. So he just has a guarantee super with a additional attack that has a 70% chance to come super attack. Very nice. And he also gets crit chance and defense plus 10% up to 70%. So he gets up to a 70% chance to crit and additional 100% defense. Nice. And he recovers 35% HP every time the character has performed 4 super attacks, which he could, in theory, do up to 4 supers. Of course, doing his first one, doing 2 of them from his passive, and then 1 from his potential system. So within that turn, he could just get that HP recovery very easily. So, I mean, 2 separate HP procs right over here, which he gets when he first transforms, and 1 where he does those 4 super attacks. He's guarding with up to 30% damage reduction, and prior to that restriction, he has up to 80% damage reduction. I mean, he has the additional super attack chances as well as the guaranteed super attack. He's getting an attack and defensive buff from his passive to his super attack. Like, he's looking good, certainly. Now, no, he's getting more. That's interesting, because he has that additional 100% defense per attack performed. I don't think I mentioned that. My bad if I didn't mention that, guys. Yeah, he gets that crit chance and additional defense. So he can get up to 175% defense, as well as getting an attack and defensive buff when attacking. He's looking alright. He gets metamorphosis. He gets metamorphosis in place of Cold Judgment, and he gets Brutal Beatdown in place of Nightmare. So Nightmare gets replaced, and Cold Judgment gets replaced. And of course, his categories are Frieza Force, Space Traveling Warriors, Planetamic Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, Transformation Boost, Dragon Ball Seekers, Final Trump Card, and that's it. Okay. I like this card. Now, granted, he does lose his support, but I do like this card. Yeah. Certainly. Yeah, this card is looking... It's a very interesting card. Not much more I can say there. And just to recap, this is what his 200% leader skill is looking like. I mean, he does have Ginyu, but like, man, this is giving me like this guy right over here. Let's just go ahead and pull up. Let me go over to 200% leader skill. Let's go on over to, let's get Frieza. Oh my bad, it's categories. Let's go ahead and just pull up. Let's get, wait, it's categories again, bro. So card. Oh, I'm supposed to type it down here. I'm a dud. Okay, so there he is. We're just gonna compare this to Frieza's. Yeah, it's not really too much different outside of like the Broly cards. Very reminiscent of a certain type of character's leader skill. I mean, look at the first page. It's, well, let me just scroll up a little bit. Looking a bit similar. So just a little bit similar outside of like the Broly cards. But Coil Coiner, I mean, W card. I don't really have much more to say. Zarbon's looking pretty strong. I wouldn't mind a Dokkanfest Zarbon. Would many people summon for him? Probably not. But he would help out AGL Frieza. Hey, just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. But appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. If you guys want to go ahead and have your card, hey, be read out by me, email's right below me. Now, will I get to it immediately? I won't get to it immediately because I have a whole bunch of cards that I have to get to, but promise in due time, I'm getting these cards out of the way one by one, and if you send me multiple cards, I will write down your name and pretty much put a star on you and come back to you in the future. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching again. I'll catch you guys next time, and I love you all. Peace.